Good morning, laddies. My name is Hans, and welcome to the What If Deku Was a Armored Colossal Titan. The In this What If universe, there's these creatures called Titans. He are they act similar to the Attack on Titans versions, but they are more intelligent. They do not have they don't need any flesh or any human blood. It's just they just want to be left alone. And but if someone was lost, one of them will come in and helps them. See, it's the different alternate version. So yeah, Zuko. My, love you.
Love you too. They're all yours.
Okay.
Didn't lock the front door. So.
I know.
Usually I do.
Yeah. Kathy. Go see mommy. Go see mommy.
Cassie.
Hey?
Cassie girl.
Come on, let's go. Let's roll. Come on.
Alright. Bye, buddy.
Bye. Yep. Sorry about that. Yeah. So the Zuko was born, and of course, I'm throwing in Zoomy. Zoomy to basically is a villain. So yeah, she does her cred, she does basically a similar to as Zuko, but from canon. So at age 4, they did their quirk check, and Zuko was quirkless. The quirk doctor says. And his sister had fire manipulation, and he uses, of course, but they did not realize he has a power of the Titan. He's a Titan shapeshifter. So he takes on human form, his armored Titan's form, or the Colossus, and the armored Colossus fusion form. Yeah, so it's basically he has 4 forms, but when he tries to think about it. So, one night, he went over to the forest because he felt so alone. Because his parents, he spend 0 time with him. So then he goes into the forest as a couple of Titans. They ignore him because and when he flew up, or not throw up, but when he jumps up onto a ledge, he didn't realize that so then he visits with 6 of the Titans, as all 6 of them visits with him. They did not know that he actually doesn't know what he is. As he visits with them, and then the Zuko becomes a tough guy, or so. Yeah. All my thing was, if there was any Titans tries to go into the city, All Might and the pro heroes have to kill them. To keep a human society alive. As Zuko is basically knows that. So, yeah, my original plan was for him to relax with the Titans, as he was, and his parents thought he got eaten by the Titans, but nope, he's just chilling with them. As every morning they get up, they walk around. They needed a sunlight. So yeah. So then he becomes, or he spent too much on the Titans. He tells himself that he's the only person that knows a thing or two. He wrote down every Titan, what they have, as most of the Titans explains what they are capable of. So that was from age of 4 to 15. That's a time skip. And then I'm also skipping the UA because Zuko isn't a Tenzin. So he says, or he wants to believe that he has a quirk. It's just and he actually does have a quirk, but it doesn't match with his Titan abilities. It's his attribute. So his attribute allows him to transform into a Titan. And then, but there's one thing. Titan shapeshifters, only takes 3 forms, or does it 3 times before they, end up dying? Well, for him, he actually has the infinity amount. He could transform into infinite amount of them. He could transform into Yeah. So reason why he has 6 arms instead of the 2 arms is because or 4 arms. He has the ability, or this one is a new breed. It it is like every time he opens his mouth for them to, it's like a command for them to obey. Then he also uses like those fingers things, like those those to absorb any attacks, because he also has the other 2 abilities as his. Yeah, making him so overpowered that like whoever tries to mess with him, they might get curve stomped. So the he has Infinity, Zero, and Titan abilities. So makes him way more inferior to, like, surpassed the colossal on height, mountain lady, and he has way stronger armor than the armored titan. He also he also has the scream so that the all the titans can obey him. He can read a person's thoughts, strategize, and plus he's also immortal. So yeah, I'm making him overpowered. And the quirk that he has is the dum fruit, or basically be dumb. Or it's a limit for or quirk, but it only limits your body, honey, on your intelligence. So that when someone, or because I'm trying to weaken him down, like water him down by all the abilities, but at the same time, weakening him down to an intelligence is like he is average human. But when if something happens to his quirk, he basically becomes like the genius, like super smart. He said, and like, yeah. So, yeah. I and just imagine if All For One tries to steal that quirk, he would end up being like, "Oh, where am I? Who am I? I don't remember," and all that stuff. Because it doesn't just affect the user, and it only affects those people that has quirk steals thing. So yeah, and he also could give it away, making someone else dumb. So Zuko was walking around, and one day a bear came out of nowhere and went right to Zuko, like, roar, as he turned around, as one of the Titans turned, grabs the bear by its entire body, lifts it up to eye level, and throws it like how a beast titan looked like in the anime where he threw a bunch of rocks. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So then now time skip to the All Might versus All for One. They kidnap Zumi, and or actually, before we go on, let's get back, or let's go back before. So Zuko, who learned how to control his Titan ability, as both of his arms, he was trying to grab some banana, not. I was talking about the fruit kind, but it was so high up. He tries to grab it, but then his arms, or one of his arms, was a size of a colossal titan's arm. So it reaches all the way, picks the bananas, lays it down, brings it closer to his body, and other titans are surprised about this. As he realized, or he does not really think about it. But then one of the titans, and they know that he is one of them, so they one of them asks him because they also need a leader to because they're so spread out. They need to come together and decide on who will be the king. But when Zuko or they, as one of the Titans realized that it was his abilities, as one of them says, it's your ability, right? You're a shapeshifter. Yeah, well, but I don't even really know. Well, that as they taught him all the way to the sorry for if my dogs are barking in the background. So, Shush! Sorry about that. And yeah, so basically, Zuko got trained by the Titan, as he used full-size ones. He went into his armored Titan first to learn how the armored Titan, as his body, or he got pricked by one of the woods things, those so there was blood. As the lightning came down, he became an armored Titan. Yeah. Now he hears his own friends, or actually, now back to the All Might versus All for One. Zuko was back in his human form, but he walks up to the Titans and tells them that he has a plan to, as one of the Titans actually was spying on UA, a student. So then he becomes, and one of the Titans picks him up, because Zuko asks him, picks him up and throws him all the way to the city, as he pinpoints where it is. As Zuko got thrown as all the way, as Zuko becomes a armored Titan, as he runs. I'm making him really fast in this what if. So when as All for One's about to finish him, say your goodbyes, as he hears this boom, 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 stomping noise of someone running. And then 2 seconds later, then the guy kicks All for One, sending him flying through the buildings. Yeah, into the water. As Zuko, who ran in full sprint again at All for One, as he used his armor, as he punches all for One. He grabs All for One and throws it into the forest, as he used his telepathic ability to ask the Titans to tear that guy up, All for One up. As the Titans, they all went, and do you really want me to explain it? They went and they tore All for One to pieces. They ate him. They ripped out his organs. He was no more just a spawner for him. Yeah. So they even, as an armored Titan comes or walks back to the forest. Or actually, let's just, yeah. So the All Might didn't want to let the armored titan go back to his home. As All Might comes in and he is about to kill or make one major mistake. He used the Detroit Smash! Boom! As it did nothing to the armored. It just tickled him. As he grabbed All Might's and threw him across. As he goes in and yeah, as All Might couldn't believe that attack usually to kill the normal Titan. But against the armored Titan, it did nothing. And the pro heroes are surprised about this. Media is surprised about this. They all start calling him the armored Titan, for gosh sakes. And then the Zuko Hoons converted back into his human form. And then he grabs All for One's helmet and that they it still had a human head in there. As he knows, I think you forgot something in the helmet. As he shakes out the head of All for One, yeah, and he gives it to them, or one of them, as they all yeah, it cracked the skull open, drank some brain juice, and yeah. So then, a little bit of time skip to overhaul fight. Because Zumi is still, as everyone's still in, hiding in the house. Because they did not know if the armored titan comes back or not. Well, then Overhaul does his thing to Ares, and then Overhaul becomes a monster after. Then he is about to kill Zumi that had Ares, as a giant-sized person, a colossal, comes out of nowhere and hits and Overhaul, sending him flying. You know that the scene where he kicks Eren? Yeah. Well, in the monster form of Overhaul, he basically did the same thing. As, yeah, Zuko, who runs up to him as he grabs him, as he says this, "Don't you ever hurt anyone ever again," as he lifts him up into the air and punches him with 3,000 punch or 300 punch. And he ends up beating the snot out of. Yeah. Normally, as Zumi knew that move is from All Might. Hence. But seeing the colossal whole Titan. Heck, even let's say Snipe was there. And he tried to shoot at the neck of Zuko, but the steam stops the bullets in midair. And then he does like his whole thing, and yeah. Basically, and then when he turns around and walks back. He hangs around with Titans. And then he becomes more. He does like his human thing. As Eri, or no, not Eri. All Might is trying to figure out why are these two are connected. That bothered Nezu for a bit. Why the first was the armored Titan kicks all for one. Next is Overhaul gets smashed by the colossal Titan. As they tried very hard to think about that. But then there's too many unknowns. So then one of the villains, it was finally time. Gantran Machia thing comes out of nowhere. And he's about to kill somebody that killed All for One. Mostly All Might. So he ends up running to there. As Zuko comes out of nowhere in his final upgrade form. Or actually, yeah. In his armored form. Again. But then, this time, the Machia, or giant Machia, ends up like getting him shapeshift, or actually Zuko shapeshifts into his monster form, and he does that call out, and then all the other Titans, they all start running, and they literally tore Giant Machia to pieces. Yeah, as Zumi was there watching it all unfold. As Zuko had intelligence. So basically, he turns around. He knows that she's there. But one word could. So he. So then the Titans. They all telepathically tell each other, like tells him, that he is now their king, their ruler. As they all bowed before him. As Zumi is like creeped out about this. If the special Titan is now their king, that means the whole world's endangered to becoming extinct. Well, Zuko, knows what, or they all know that he's a human, so there was nothing too special. So when he went back into his human form, Zumi had the, like, a face that, just like how Ochako was, yeah, they, or she could not believe that this human, or this Titan is a human shapeshifter. So, as he walks away, or actually walks towards her, she knew that she got caught. But he says, I know you're there, Zumi. As she walks up to him, or like she comes out of hiding, and yeah, as she says, how do you know my name? Huh, you forgot your brother, don't you? I'm your brother, Zuko Midoriya. It's been a long time, little sister. The So, how is everything at as when she walks? Huh? She could not believe that her own brother is a Titan. That's why, yeah, Zuko, or as his sister explains everything, like you can, or you who brother caused so much chaos in, or because of your transformations of the armored titan and colossal appears out of nowhere. There. The first time was armored titan kicked overhaul, or all for one. Sorry, all for one. And you ran towards him, grabs him, and you threw him all the way to the forest. And you just ignored me. Why is that? As he says, because you're my sister. I know that I don't have a quirk. But the as the a old man, the quirked doctor, pops out of nowhere as he says, "Ah, good to see you, Zuko and Zumi." And Zuko, or you have the title of the Titan Lord, or Lord of all Titans. I see. As yeah, Zuko turns around, or you you. I know that you are you saying are you every time you see me you still say that I'm quirkless? No, 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 no. That's only a cover story. See, you actually do have a quirk, but it is random. Of what do you mean random? See, all those all those titans have a quirk. I know that titans are like, you know why they are like so dumb on like eating humans is because as the for them it's like the yeah. So then I think this is what I think that they are trying to do. Like they are trying to eat the humans to do two things: make them smarter and the the and extinct the human race. That's only my opinion. Is the if he if a titan like him eats a human, because usually if if it's true that they used to be people, maybe they were trying to absorb some of that humans that are shapeshifters. So then, yeah, then Zuko, of course, let's get back into the story. So the Quark Doctor says that you had a quirk that's called Dummy Quirk. And not try to be offensive, but that doesn't seem right quirk to for you to have. But I see why hey, that it is the equivalent is because the Zuko, or he says that because you're already too intelligent, if you remove the quirk, you will become so smarter than any or everyone on planet Earth, all the way to the multiverse, even past paths to destiny, even. As Zumi here. Zumi was and pretend like Zumi is where Momo is and Zuko was at, as they could not believe that if Zuko removes the, as Zuko says, "Can I ask, what does dummy quirk do?" Well, let me explain it. Dummy quirk allows the user to be pretends to be dumb. It's also it is your limit. If you remove that limit from your body, then you'll be smarter than everyone in the from everything. But there's also another thing that will also happen. As Zuko is confused, he can't wait to see what happened. Well, Zuko says this. Or, well, and will happen. Well, you also develop a new quirk called, it would be a similar to your or or your mother and your father's and your sisters, but it's called elemental manipulation. So you could manipulate gravity, the waters, blood, everything. You can become the smartest, most powerfulest, overpowered character in every sense. As his own sister looks at him as they could not believe that what he has says. And then, yeah. So then, after they all like start talking, visiting, as yeah. So then Zuko or no, Zoomin goes back to UA. She visits with, or before she left, she says, "Bye, brother." As yeah. So then they went in, like, or she went home, or actually she went home as the her father tells her to not go into the forest. What did she do? She goes into a forest because her father says don't get eaten by those titans. As he, of course, yells at her. But then Zumi starts laughing as she thought, or he thought he was laughing because the. But then when she says, Numizuku, or him, as Inko, oh, wants to, or so, as of course, Inho can tell that so she basically asks Zumi, I almost said Zuko, but Zumi about what did you see in there? You know the Zuko, the one that all of us ignored because he was quirkless? Yes, as Inho starts to cry. Well, I found him. He is in the forest. As Stashi, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I don't know where he is at, but in this what if universe, I'll just go back to when Inho heard that, she knew that she still has hope in her heart. But when Zumi says that he's still alive, and of course, she sat down and explains that the quirk doctor lied to all of us, that Zuko was quirkless, but he had a unusual quirk. Or as Zumi, or as Inko says, what kind of quirk did he have? That's unusual. Well, it's called dummy. See? I'm not making this up. As she pulls, or she goes into his or her pocket and pulls out the what doctor said, and as he gives it, or she gives it to Inho, as Inho could not believe that her own son was a Titan. But why did he say it's unusual? Well, he says that the quirk is actually his limit. Like how most of the quirks usually we lie high on and use it to become like how you Inho or yeah. So all this stuff, as Asashi walks to away because he knows they made or made the mistake of like not, or it's like technically it would be like banning them from the family, but then yeah. So then yeah. As Inko had the same thing, she knows that Asashi is blaming himself. As Asashi came back, as of course, Zumi tells them that he is now a Lord of the Titans. As where is it? So when Inko and Nasashi heard that Zuko was or is now the Lord of the Titan, they're all in trouble. So, as Asashi gulps, like, and so, the next day, Zumi goes to the school. Asashi went to the hero meeting, and with Midnight and like Mountain Lady, everybody. Mountain Lady, I know that she has a size manipulation on her body thing that makes her really big in size. Yeah, like a mountain. Well, Zuko beats her by a lot. Like, just a picture a toe. Oh, like a human toe. Yeah. Mountain Lady's transformation could reach only to his toe. Oh. That's how big she might get to. So then they had their meeting, and Nezu, who asks or actually Asashi tells them that I know they're like the Titans is like leader is. As Woodsman says, go on. It's my son, Zuko Midoriya. As they know, or most of them are surprised. I got this information from my little sister, or from my daughter, that the court doctor lied to me, and the about Zuko not having a course. So basically, then, but his abilities is to transform into Titan. As, yeah, they explained, or he explains everything. That's kind of boring, to say the least. And now, please wait for part 2.